Rebroadcast of Voice of Forex is strictly prohibited without written authorization from Global FX Remote Group. All trading recommendations are meant for informational use only and are not intended to be used as advice for buying or selling in any financial and/or instrument. Any opinions, news, research, analysis, prices, and/or information contained on this broadcast is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. Voice of Forex does not accept any loss and/or damage that may arise directly or indirectly from the content of this broadcast. You should be aware of all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and any financial market, and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you are looking for trading advice and trading ideas. Andrew Spanton with Voice of Forex weekly update. We had a very interesting week last week. Basically, it was a little bit more of an inside week. We had the euro dollar again breaking lower like we thought, coming out the week basically ending strong. Basically the ECB, our friend Jean-Claude Trichet over on the other side of the Atlantic, the market pretty much, in my opinion, was anticipating a more dovish comment. We did have, terrible numbers coming out of Germany. French also industrial production. Everything in the Eurozone, in my opinion, is really coming in relatively. Things are not good in the euro. But again, Trichet, very much still concerned about inflation, holding the line. And basically we did have the euro dollar rally towards the end of the week. A nice little bullish engulfing bar. We had the hammer, bullish engulfing, closed relatively strong. But again, the euro still in a downtrend. We might bounce. I think this week we're going to bounce a little bit more, maybe up to the 50% retracement. As you see up here, 50% looking right around 156.50. I think that's probably a good spot in the euro. We're going to do technical analysis in part 2. But again, from a macro standpoint, again, Bank of England kept rates unchanged. They're going to probably be cutting rates probably in the next meeting, I think. Bank of England again. London numbers, terrible. Retail sales, bad. Things in London are just getting worse. And yes, the United States, things are not very good here either. But we did have an ISM non-manufacturing number, better than expected. Things in the U.S., earnings are decent. But again, towards the end of the week, what happened? SEC dropping a bomb on the stock market saying, folks, all you bankers and Wall Streeters and you financial companies, we want to see your books. We want you to be more transparent. We want to see what's really going on in there. Wow. Financials tanked. Stock market came in. Carry trade got whacked on that. You take a look at what the dollar yen and the euro yen did after that announcement, pretty much by the SEC, and collapsed. So we had AIG on Friday dropping a bomb, $12 billion, double loss provision. I mean, it's not over. If you've been listening to my show, you know I've been saying this for a long time. This is just the beginning. Maybe we're halfway. And again, we did have Ben Bernanke coming out last week or a week or two ago, basically telling us, boys and girls, you're crazy. There's a lot more things going on in this world, in this country, that is not good. But again, we did have a number of different data coming out. Again, but this transparency, I think, was a big, really hit to the financials. And I think there's going to be more write-down. I think another HSBC over the weekend, they're going to have another bigger loss. So we're going to continue to see these bigger losses by these companies. And I think that's bad for the carry trade. I think the carry trade's due to get whacked. But we'll see. Again, we've got big numbers coming out. But again, the Germany's not doing well in the Eurozone. Australia, great numbers. I mean, look at that Aussie Kiwi. To the moon. Over 120, 160, we said, that was probably going to be looking good. Yeah, it was looking at the top of the channel. But as soon as we broke out at 120, 160, we're gone now. You take a look at that channel line on Aussie Kiwi, and it is just going higher. Unemployment much better in Australia. New Zealand, much worse. And we saw a big divergence between Australia and New Zealand, certainly last week. Is the New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar ever going to go down? You got me, folks. It's coming, in my opinion. But again, if the dollar's going to continue to strengthen, I think this is going to be a very interesting week. The dollar could reverse, turn around Tuesday. I think dollar index, we go down a little bit more in the beginning of the week, and then probably by the mid to end of the week, dollar coming, raging back, I think. But again, Australia still doing well. Canada, great jobs number also. They're doing well. New Zealand not doing well. Again, Eurozone, hawkish tone. So now the euro is doing a little bit better. And again, London just continues to do horrible. And again, we got tons of data coming out. And the interesting thing also, I think the U.S. trade balance that came out on Friday, a lot of people are talking about, how imports were a lot weaker. But think about it. If the dollar's going down, imports should be, we should be basically, importing a lot less if the dollar's weaker. We can't afford to buy other people's goods when the dollar's so weak. So, the fact that they're going to say, well, the U.S. is slowing down because imports, I disagree. I think, if anything, we're probably looking towards our country to buy stuff instead of importing. Certainly makes sense from a cost-benefit standpoint. So, We had oil again ripping over $126 a barrel. I mean, this is just out of control. When will the president release some of that SPR? When is it going to come? Maybe 130? Maybe it's never coming. Goldman Sachs going to sucks, going to $200 a barrel. Boy, I'll tell you what, they're probably shorting into that call. You watch. Gold, oil probably going to come in. We have one. Jesus Christ. Gold, oil, I mean, this oil move, I mean, this is just ridiculous, okay, as far as oil is concerned. But again, I think this Goldman sucks. You watch, they went to $130 a barrel, they went to $200 a barrel, they're probably shorting into this rally around 130. You watch, they're gonna make clean up on this trade. They've basically been long into this move, now they're gonna be going short. So they're gonna be a wipeout, then they'll go back long. I mean, so, I think we're coming to an end of this oil move. I think 130 is a big spot. I think, again, measure the move from 120 down to 110. Took out the highs of 120, boom, going right up to 130. So I think that's really there. Gold, I think gold, again, big levels on gold is going to be this 910 level. We take that out to the upside maybe early this week. Maybe, we take higher, the dollar gets weaker, and then turn around Tuesday, Wednesday, we reverse, gold goes back down. But again, I think that 850, 910, huge levels. U.S. bond yields coming in nicely. U.S. 2-year note came in nice, and the spread between the 2-year and the 10-year getting a little bit wider. The stock market's getting a little nervous. The VIX index looks like it might want to pop up a little bit. That's been way down. So I think we're going into a period where there's a little bit more nervousness. There's more write-downs coming. There's more bad news out there. And I think that's what we're going to continue to see over the course of the next 2 weeks. Remember, we had a period of nice, things were good. We had good numbers. The carry trade went back up. Stock market was breaking out. Now all of a sudden the world changed. So we do have big data coming out next week. Again, we start off London. Big data coming out of London. That pound, look at that pound yen breaking down. Cable. We got the quarterly inflation report coming out this week. That's a big report. If inflation is supposed to come down, they downgrade inflation expectations, and growth is downgraded, they're cutting rates again. Absolutely. London's cutting rates. So big number, PPI, CPI, claim account rate, that's coming out Thursday. Eurozone, CPI, GDP, Germany, CPI, GDP, that's a big number also. That, again, I could see this Thursday level, good U.S. data, bad European data, dollar strengthening towards the end of the week. Reversal. I see some of that happening just from the numbers. The U.S. again, we have retail sales coming out, CPI data coming out, but to me Thursday's the big day in Europe. In the U.S., Thursday's the big day. Again, we got Empire Manufacturing, ticks, foreign flows of capital, Empire Manufacturing, big data, and that's going to be again consumer confidence on Friday. Towards the end of the week, big data of the U.S. So we'll see what happens there. Again, Canada, we got that spring preview. That's like their quarterly report. That's going to be a very important report to see what they say about jobs, about inflation, about growth over there. That's going to be very important. Again, Friday also we got industrial production out of GDP out of Japan. That's also going to be a big number. So the end of the week, I see a lot of good things going on. But again, to summarize too, listen, we got the euro now relative strength winner, cable the loser, Canada the winner, Australia the winner, New Zealand the loser. U.S. Mixed. Because again, the pound under 196, we said the pound under 196 is a big breakdown. We came back nicely in the pound, but it's not over. And this pound yen breaks through double par. Look out below. So lots of good data coming out this week. Lots of action I see coming out this week as well. I think we'd have nice movement in oil, nice movement in gold. Our market's going to be nice and volatile. I see more of a dollar weakness in the beginning of the week, dollar strength towards the end of the week. Listen, everything can change in a New York freaking minute, but this is what I see right now. And again, we'll do part 2, technical analysis. We'll go over all the different charts. If you have any questions about any aspect of my business, email me at info at globalfxllc.com. In addition, you can sign up at Voice of Forex. You see the little thing right up there, voiceofforex.com. That's free to sign in to at least be on the email list. And one of the things I'm going to be starting to do as well, I'm going to be doing a newsletter, a daily newsletter for free. So if you want to sign up for that, subscribe to my YouTube. Again, any questions, feel free to email me. Have a good week, people. Make some money. Andrew Spanton, Voice of Forex. Good luck trading.